When I was a college student, I had a fairly easy time making money, which is usually not what you hear from college students. Usually, college students, that's the brokest point in their life. But for me, that wasn't the case. Between the ages of 18 and 24, I had a couple part time businesses that were really easy to run and made decent money. I also had a part time job that earned pretty good money. And I put a lot of money into the market during 2020, right before the 2021 bull run. I mean, just to give you an idea, in about 18 months, I got between a 2 and a 3x on my portfolio. With the part-time businesses I had, I was earning between 25 and $75 an hour, and I was just getting really easy money for somebody of that age. And I think getting so much easy success at such a young age really led to me having kind of a delusional view of how easy money comes. And obviously, money does come easier for some folks in different industries, a little bit easier than others. But for me, I don't think I fully understood the value of money at that time. After graduating around the age of 24, things got a lot harder. I was one of those people that pursued passion in college. I decided that I wanted to do marketing because I love the offensive side of business. I love captivating people with storytelling, trying to get their interest in a product or a service. I enjoy that. I feel like it's fun, but maybe I should have picked something that paid a little bit better because marketing, there's just not a whole lot of opportunity. It's not one of those majors like engineering, law, where you're going to come out of college and just make a ton of money. In the beginning, you're earning basically nothing. There's not a lot of opportunity. And you're only going to make a lot of money as a marketing person if you get really good at it, if you're at the top of the mountain. And typically that happens later into your career. So starting out of college, I was kind of dead broke. The first two jobs that I worked did not pay a lot of money. And on top of that, I moved out of my parents' house, got an apartment. And in this market, apartments are so expensive. So really, for the last 4 years, I've been struggling financially. And I've been praying and praying and praying about this, just asking God for a breakthrough. And I know a lot of you guys are in a similar boat to me. Even if you didn't go to college and study marketing or whatever, I know a lot of people are struggling right now because of the macroeconomics. The economy right now, everything is so expensive. Wages are suppressed, and a lot of people are having a hard time just finding jobs right now. I know a lot of young dudes are living with their parents because it's just too expensive, even to get a one-bedroom apartment in a smaller city for a lot of people. So I say all of this to say, I think I had a delusional view of money when I was younger. And now that I've gotten older, I think I've become a lot more based in reality with my understanding of money. Now, money is not everything. Obviously, money can't buy you happiness, but a lot of the things that you might want to do with your life, chase your dream business, chase your dream education, get married, have kids, buy a house one day. A lot of those things are oftentimes tied to money. And so money does have a certain value. And when money's coming so easy to you, it can be really hard to understand the value of money. And so if you guys are like me in the situation that I'm just coming out of right now, where you spent years praying to God, asking for a financial breakthrough, and things have been really hard for you, and you're going, man, I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to have a family, ever be able to get married, ever be able to have a house. I just want to offer you this. There's something to learn in this season. Now, oftentimes the lessons that we learn that are the most important are the ones that are the most painful to learn, whether that's relationships, money, whatever it is. We know this. Oftentimes, the lessons that we remember the most are the ones that hurt the most to learn, that were the hardest to learn. And for a lot of you guys, you're in that situation right now. Again, I'm just coming out of it, so I get it. I spent the last 4 years really struggling financially, really being frustrated. Every time I get one step ahead, I get 1 or 2 steps backwards. It's like, oh, you get a raise at work and all of a sudden something happens with your car and now you've got to repair your car. That raise at work was just neutralized. It's been like that for me for the last 4 years. I haven't been able to get ahead. I've just been staying with my neck just above water, not really making any progress. And I just want to be truly honest with you guys. I'm a man of faith, but oftentimes I'd ask God. I'd get really frustrated. There are times I broke down crying, just asking God, where are you at? Where are you at? I don't understand. Why are you letting me struggle for so long? What lessons do I need to learn? Why am I in this situation? I understand that part of it is my own doing. Maybe I should have pursued something like engineering if I wanted to make more money out of college. But is it supposed to be this bad forever? And at times, it really led me to question, where is God and what is he doing? But I'll tell you guys this. This past week, I actually got a job offer for more money than I initially expected, or really expected at all that I'd get for this job. They told me early on that I was one of the younger candidates applying for this job. and I got the job offer, but I'm getting paid like a more senior candidate. I got a more senior title as well in the job. And I'm not saying that to flex. I'm just saying that to say, now I'm coming out on the other side where I'm getting significantly more money in this new job that I'm about to start than I've had in my last two jobs. And I'm actually so grateful being on the other side of this that I spent the last 4 years being poor, struggling to keep my neck above water and breaking even, because it taught me so much about money that I otherwise just would not have been able to learn. And again, a lot of you guys, I know it's painful. You're in this situation right now and it's like, dude, I don't want to learn lessons. I want to be able to buy the food I need to buy without stressing. I want to be able to pay my rent without stressing. And I get that, man. I absolutely get that. But hold God paramount in your life. Hold God paramount. Don't turn on God because you're frustrated with your financial situation, because what that says is that money is actually your God. What I highly recommend, what I've learned from this, is lean on God in these moments. I've broken down crying a million times about my finances, because when you're 25, 26, 27 and finances aren't great, you can kind of write it off as, oh, I'm young. I've got friends. I'm pursuing this career I love. Nothing matters as much. But when you start getting 28, 29 years old and you're unk status like I am, it really starts to hurt when you're poor, because you're going, man, I want to start a family soon. Maybe I want to get married soon. I'd love to have a house one day, and it just feels so far out of reach. I'm getting close to the big 3-0 and there's no breakthrough. What's happening? It's so natural and easy to get frustrated in that moment. But again, I just want to urge you, don't turn on God, lean on God. Money is not your God. God is, and he will provide for you, man. There's so much that I've learned going through 4 years of struggle. And dude, when I say being poor, I'm sure there are people out there who have struggled more or are struggling more than where I was at for the last 4 years. But I'm talking, if I am so diligent and I'm eating the cheapest meals at home every day, I'm lucky if I can save 100 to 150 in a month. And usually that would get wiped out a couple months later with some sort of car repair, oil change, these unforeseen expenses that come up in life. You guys understand. But I think being on the other side of this, I'm a better man and a better person for having struggled for the last 4 years. And this is a lesson. This is a person I could not have become without these 4 years of struggle. Even though I didn't want to be in that season of struggling, I asked God so many times to take me out of it. I'm glad that he left me in that for a while. When I was young, if I would have got a job getting paid what I'm about to get paid at this new job, I would have been ignorant with it. I mean, I always used to joke that my first big purchase out of college was going to be a fast car, maybe a Draco. I think those are so sick. Those were the kind of stupid things I wanted to buy outside of college, you know? And now that I understand the value of money a lot better and realize how hard it can be to earn money, it's like, no, what I want to do now that I'm earning more money is pay off debt, put money aside, figure out how I can get married, start a family, buy a house. When I was young, I would have done ignorant things with that money. When I was young and I had a lot of money coming in as well, I never spent money taking care of the people around me. I mean, here and there I did, but not in the way that maybe more recently I've learned the value of. And that's not to say that I'm like some great person with money, but I'm a lot more selfless with my money after having struggled than I was when I had a lot of money and I hadn't struggled. You gain a new sympathy for people going through it in life. You gain a new sympathy for the things that really matter in life when you have to struggle for it. When I was young and money was coming in easy, it's just like I was buying stuff for me, I was throwing it around, essentially at times gambling in the stock market. Oh, this looks like a fun stock. Maybe it'll 20x. Some of those stocks went bankrupt, just treating money like it wasn't valuable. And again, this is not to say that money has some sort of high value, because money is not God, but it is a tool similar to a weapon, right? A gun can either be a tool that's used for good or for bad. You want your police officers to carry guns, right? But you don't want your criminals to carry guns and go hurt people. And money's the same thing. It's a tool that can be used for good or for evil. And I think before going through this season of struggle, I was using it for a lot more selfish, evil reasons maybe, than selfless and good reasons. When you don't have money, it's also a lot easier to see who's in your life for a good time and who's in your life for you. When you've got money and you can afford to do fun stuff all the time and you're the life of the party, you're providing the party for people, a lot of people want to be around you. It's easy to attract women, for instance. But when you're on the other side and you don't have a lot of money, and that's not an angle that women can view you as attractive as, oh, he's a 6-figure earner or something. You're not. It's a much easier way to really test if a woman likes you for you, loves you for you, or if she loves you for the lifestyle that you can provide. If you're a person of faith as well, it is a strong test of your faith when you have a relationship, you believe in God, you have a relationship with him, and you're talking to him, and you're saying, God, why do you have me in this situation? You're getting frustrated. You're like, God, I don't understand. Why would you do this to me? It is a test of your faith as well, to see how strong is your faith in God. Are you going to stick with God in the tough times? Because I'll tell you this, God stuck with you through everything. Jesus on the cross, that's real. That's God dying on the cross for you in the toughest of times. And he didn't back down at any point. I'm a human, so there were times where I questioned my faith. I backed down and was wrong and wicked. But ultimately, I got back on the saddle and kept going in my faith with God. And it actually drove me closer to God. I started spending more time talking to him, trying to understand, why would God have me in this situation? You know, the book of Job was actually something that really put it into perspective for me, is a lot of times God does let us go through these struggles because we're learning something. And even if we're not learning something, the people around us are learning something. It's a test of our faith, and it allows us to have a deeper relationship with God if we're able to view it that way. And again, guys, I understand that this is so easy for me to say, maybe on the other side, where now I'm going to have a little bit of extra money each month, but I've been on the side where I am paycheck to paycheck, so I understand where you may be at right now. It's not easy. It's hard to think of this as a good thing when you're struggling month to month and you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. I've been there. I get it. But I do want to say this, you know, if the economy is going to look this way for a long time, which it seems like it is, where there's fewer job openings, fewer job opportunities, the price of oil is going up, which may lead to more layoffs. We've seen so many layoffs in tech as AI is getting rolled out. If the economy is going to be crazy like this for a while, you might as well get something out of the situation that you're in. There's discipline that you can learn here. And there's so much that I learned from not having money. I mean, just to give you an idea, I was somebody that never knew how to fix things around the house, but I had to learn how to fix a sink. I've had to learn how to do things with my car to save money. It's going to make you more resourceful and a better man. You know, especially when we're kids and we look at our dads, we go, man, how did you develop so many skills? How are you such a cool guy? If you have a cool dad, you've probably thought that. This is shaping you in to that man for your kids, for your family one day. This is a fire that you don't want to be in, but it's refining you and turning you into something better. And I just want to encourage you, man, really lean on God in this time. Get closer in your relationship to God, because things really will change for you. And it may not feel that way in this moment right now, but the economy is going to rebound. And maybe you're going to rebound before the economy does and find a great job like I've been blessed to do. But what's not going to change is the history that you leave during your time being poor. This is who you are and this is where you're at. Make the best of it, man. Learn new skills. Use this as an opportunity to improve your character and grow in your relationship with God. If you don't have money right now, then it might be tempting to just focus on money all the time. And again, I understand that. But use this as an opportunity to really look within at your character and say, where can I improve as a human being? Because you are going to come out of this. There's going to be a better economy where you have a better job. And the question is, who are you going to be when you have that breakthrough? Are you going to be a better human for having gone through this hardship? It's up to you.
Why you talking to me? I'm a blush. Singing over me, turn me to dust. With a verb, you filling my cup. You got a word that's picking me up. In the red letters, I'm a trust.